Hello, I'm Sheriff Bill Brown. Welcome to the Sheriff's Roundup for the third quarter of 2024. Today we're coming to you from the San Ynez Band of Chumash Indians Reservation in the San Ynez Valley. I'm standing at a point that just a few months ago was the vantage point for a smoke-filled horizon from the lake fire. And in this edition of the Sheriff's Roundup, we'll tell you about our response to that fire. Next, we'll acknowledge those honored at our annual awards ceremony, reflect on a remarkable 50-year career by Lieutenant Butch Arnaldi, take a look at Community Resource Deputy Bryce Bruning's work with the Chumash Youth Summer Program, tell you about our response to the Santa Maria Courthouse bombing, and we'll close out with our recent Corps Academy graduation. The lake fire ignited on July 5th, 2024 near Zaca Lake, and it burned over 38,000 acres before it was fully contained on August 4th, 2024. The fire, fueled by dry conditions and excessive heat, affected parts of the Los Padres National Forest, with high temperatures and gusty winds hampering containment efforts early on. Our fire crews eventually made progress through controlled burns and strategic containment lines. The Sheriff's Office worked in collaboration with federal, state, and county fire managers, as well as with the Santa Barbara County Office of Emergency Management, to issue evacuation warnings beginning on July 5th at 9:07 p.m. Some of these warnings were elevated to evacuation orders, and as the fire moved, we continuously reevaluated and adjusted the warning areas and evacuation zones. We also reduced the areas that were no longer threatened. At the height of the evacuations, 435 Santa Barbara County residents were under evacuation orders, and 1,187 were under evacuation warnings. A total of 1,622 people who were directly affected by this fire. The lake fire posed a significant threat to the region due to its proximity to the residential areas and critical infrastructure. While several structures were destroyed and 4 firefighters sustained non-life-threatening injuries, thankfully there were no reports of serious injury or death. The Sheriff's Office would like to thank our fire service agencies for being dedicated partners in collaboration and effective cooperation. I'm proud to say that this is yet another example of how, together, we more effectively support our public and each other. On Wednesday, August the 7th, 2024, we honored members of the Sheriff's Office as well as members of the public for their exemplary service during 2023. Here's a recap of that awards ceremony. So we're going to start today recognizing length of service, our service pin recipients. Each year we like to take the opportunity to recognize those employees who have reached milestone years of county service. In 2023, we had a number of them that reached 25 years or more with the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. For recognizing the imminent danger that the fleeing suspect posed to the surrounding public, and for taking advantage of the opportunity to assist sheriff's deputies in halting the threat to surrounding parkgoers by apprehending that suspect, Mr. Gregory Sodden is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Civilian Certificate of Merit. For coming to the aid of sheriff's personnel at great risk to their own safety and for their unwavering commitment to the health and safety of others, paramedics Tia Taylor and Mike Lopez are hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Exceptional Civilian Award. Congratulations. For their immense bravery and selfless actions, Mr. Alex Collins, Mr. Aaron Vella, and Mr. Eric Widmer are each hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office Exceptional Civilian Award. Well done. In recognition of his courageous and selfless actions, which likely prevented serious injury or loss of life, Mr. Alejandro Navarro is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Exceptional Civilian Award. Thanks to the training and skills of Dispatch Supervisor Johnson, the workers on scene were able to successfully perform effective sustained CPR for over 10 minutes, which ultimately resulted in the complete recovery of the patient. In recognition of their extraordinary dedication and commitment to providing the members of the Sheriff's Office with the best possible support and wellness practices, the Peer Support Team is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Unit Citation. For his prompt response and decisive actions that effectively preserved life during a critical overdose emergency, Sheriff's Deputy Bruno Bertuzzi is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Life Saving Award. Congratulations for his remarkable skill and unwavering determination to protect that life of a community member that day. Sheriff's Deputy Jason Martinez is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Life Saving Award. Congratulations. Were it not for the quick and accurate assessment that the inmate was in fact suffering from an opioid overdose rather than from head trauma, and for the swift administration of Narcan coupled with skilled life-saving aid, it is highly likely that this inmate would have died. For his superb life-saving efforts that day, Sheriff's Custody Deputy Special Duty Brian Godino is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Life Saving Award. Congratulations. For his dedicated and tireless contributions to the traffic unit and to the Sheriff's Office, Sheriff's Deputy Special Duty Jeffrey Farmer is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Meritorious Service Medal. Congratulations. For his exceptional length and quality of service in positions of great responsibility, both to the law enforcement profession as well as to the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office, Saul Linder is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Distinguished Service Medal. Congratulations. University of California Police Department Corporal Sari Rubio is hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office Medal of Courage. Congratulations. For their professionalism and composure under extreme stress in a rapidly escalating and dangerous situation, and for their bravery in subduing the suspect without the loss of his life. Sheriff Sergeant Matthew Delgado and Sheriff's Deputy Dustin Weinbrenner are both hereby awarded the 2023 Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office Medal of Courage. Congratulations. The formal recognition of heroic or superior conduct is an inexact science at best. I want to repeat my thanks to each of our award recipients and to all of our other team members as well for what they do each and every day. It makes me proud to be your sheriff. Continuing in the theme of honoring accomplishment, I'd like to congratulate Sheriff's Lieutenant Yugo Butch Arnaldi on reaching 50 years of service with the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Butch has not only committed himself to our agency and the people of Santa Barbara County, he has shared his entire family with us as well. His wife, Marla, recently retired after 30 years in administrative support. His son, Giuseppe, is a custody deputy, and his daughter, Francesca, is a sheriff's deputy with our agency. Here to tell you about his remarkable 50-year career with the Sheriff's Office is Lieutenant Arnaldi himself.
When they hired me in September of '73 as a reserve deputy, they weren't hiring at that time. There was a hiring freeze. So in August of '74, I was the first new hire in 2.5 years. Be a 23-year-old young man and to have everything from the city limits of Santa Barbara to the Ventura County line by yourself is quite a feat. And then in September of '79, they assigned me to Mountain Patrol, which probably was my favorite assignment. In those days, the Los Padres National Forest was known to have a lot of issues. In fact, there was a 6-month time period that I arrested 187 murder suspects. But we brought it under control to now families can enjoy themselves up there. There's very few issues up there. June of 1990, I was promoted to sergeant. In my baptism of fire, the first week is when the Painted Cave fire broke out. And that was something, but the jail did an outstanding job to evacuate the inmates and basically walk them on Kyle Riel over the Turnpike overpass and take them to San Marcos High School there at Valley Stadium, it was called in those days. The inmates knew that they were being in a safer place by making that transition But that night, flying in the helicopter to see basically the fire from old San Marcos down to the Pacific Ocean in less than a 6-hour time period was something to see. And that was really a devastating fire. Probably one of the most memorable experiences that I've had was a really good friendship with the ranch foreman at Rancho del Cielo, which was President Reagan's ranch. Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip came here in March, I believe it was '83. I got to lead the motorcade up Refugio Road. But he spent a lot of time on that ranch, and it was great working with Secret Service and working with the team up there. And to coincide with that, you know, when Gorbachev came, was there for the signing of that peace agreement. Up there every Thanksgiving when the family, because they had Thanksgiving there every year. I think they only missed one of the 8 years. That's probably the most memorable experience. In September of '96 is when I was promoted to a sheriff's lieutenant. You know, think about that. That's 28 years now I've been a sheriff's lieutenant. I've had just about every assignment in the department as a lieutenant. And, you know, it just gave me quite an exposure to the entire department. I met Marla, and we got married in 1982. Then September of '88, Giuseppe was born, and then in March of '90, Francesca was born. You know, that's the other thing that I'm very, very proud of. Giuseppe's a custody deputy, he's been with our agency over 10 years, and Francesca was a custody deputy, got promoted to deputy sheriff, and she's assigned to central stations. The key thing that I really believe in is you treat people the way that you want to be treated. I'm very proud of my work, not only with Special Olympics, but with the church and my community. What you got to do is call, and I try to be there. If I don't have a conflict, I'll be there to help out and see what we can do.
Thank you, Butch, for all that you've done and continue to do for our agency. You are a living legend here at the Sheriff's Office. This summer, young adults in the Shumash Youth Summer Program had the opportunity to learn about careers on and around the Shumash Reservation, including a career in law enforcement. Here to tell you more about the Shumash Youth Job Shadow Program is Community Resource Deputy Bryce Bruning and his colleagues from the Shumash Education Department.
This summer, this is our second year participating in the Tribal Youth Job Skills Program. Tribal youth rotate through different jobs within the casino and tribal government as well.
This year we did have 32 trainees. They learned various skills. We had hotel operations, facilities, information technology. There's endless amount there. So it sparks something each year.
For 2 weeks at a time, one of the students in the program will ride around with me and try to expose them to as much of the law enforcement career field as possible during that time. I will give them a patrol belt with a radio, one set of handcuffs, handcuff key, even a key to the car. I don't let them drive it.
What I do like to see is that the trainee really feels like they're part of the team. They actually have the gear on, and it makes them feel included.
I introduce them to the patrol car, and just like every deputy does at the beginning of shift, I have them do the vehicle checks. So they walk around, ensure there's no new damage on the car, make sure all the code 3 red and blue lights are functioning, and I give them a radio code book so that they can start memorizing that and learn to communicate.
7 Robert William David 553 County Road at the 101.
Blam, there it is.
The sheriff department was a hit with Bryce. I think it kind of changed the perspective on what a sheriff is and what you see in the media now.
They just have a whole different view and that they would normally never see. So this program does give them that opportunity to just think differently. I'm not going to get emotional, but I do feel passionate about it.
They've been to forensics, learned how to process evidence, lift fingerprints, shoe impressions, things of that nature. The feedback I've gotten from the kids has been awesome. It's probably one of my most favorite assignments I've ever had in my time here at the Sheriff's Department.
The guy that I work with, Bryce, is funny. He just makes jokes all the time. It's pretty fun.
Bryce is amazing. He made them feel so included, so part of the team. It was just really great for them.
This is another example of the great partnership between the Chumash tribe and the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. We've been trying to develop more programs and more chances for interaction between deputies and the general public, particularly our youth. And I feel like this program and our involvement in it will create lasting impacts, not only for our boys that have been through the program, but for the community in general.
Thank you, Bryce, for exemplary community partnership with the Shumash youth and for planting the seeds of public service for future generations. On Wednesday, September 25th, 2024, the Santa Maria Courthouse was rocked by an unprecedented and shocking attack. At approximately 8:48 a.m., the Sheriff's Office received a report of an explosion at the Santa Maria Courthouse near Department Number 9. Sheriff's deputies, along with Santa Maria police officers, California Highway Patrol officers, fire and medics responded to the scene where a male suspect, later identified as 20-year-old Nathaniel McGuire, had just entered the facility and thrown a backpack past the screening station, which exploded in the hallway. 5 victims were transported from the scene to an area hospital, and 1 victim arrived at the hospital on their own. 3 of the 5 victims seen at the hospital were physically injured with non-life-threatening injuries, including burns. All of the victims were treated and have since been released from the hospital. Immediately after throwing the backpack, McGuire ran to the southeast parking lot, where he was pursued and detained by a court security officer, a sheriff's deputy, a CHP officer, a DA investigator, and a Santa Maria police officer as he tried to enter his red sedan. McGuire was alone when he was apprehended and was wearing body armor underneath a jacket, and he had pockets filled with ammunition. He did not have any physical injuries from the explosion. Responders established a perimeter of approximately 5 blocks around the court compound and evacuated the courthouse, surrounding homes, businesses, and a school. The Sheriff's Office bomb squad responded to the scene. In the hours that followed, the bomb squad worked to render the scene safe and to check for any additional unexploded devices in the courthouse, the suspect's vehicle, and his residence. An additional improvised explosive device, several Molotov cocktails, a rifle, and a shotgun were found in his car. Roadways in the areas surrounding the courthouse and the suspect's residence were closed for several hours. Through their investigation, detectives learned that McGuire's motivation appeared to have stemmed from a recent arrest by the Sheriff's Office for firearms violations. His arraignment for that arrest was scheduled for that morning in Department Number 9 at the Santa Maria Court campus. McGuire was booked at the Northern Branch Jail for a number of felonies, including attempted murder, manufacturing an explosive device, and use of an explosive device for attempted murder. On Thursday, September 28, the United States Attorney's Office announced that they were charging McGuire with maliciously damaging a building by means of explosive. This was a terrible and unprecedented crime in our county, but in spite of the audacity of it, the security of the Santa Maria Courthouse was maintained. The suspect was swiftly taken into custody, and we are proud of those whose resolute actions almost certainly prevented further violence. We're also grateful for the substantial investigative assistance that has been provided by our colleagues with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and from U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada and his office.
1, 2, 3, 4. We like it here, we love it here, we finally found a home.
On Friday, August 23, 2024, the Sheriff's Office welcomed 6 new custody deputies at their graduation from the Allen Hancock Corps Custody Academy. This class of recruits completed 260 hours of instruction in courses including emergency planning in a custody facility, report writing, ethics, investigation procedures, classification of inmates, contraband detection, arrest and control, physical training, and direct supervision. Custody Deputy Raymond Lamar Dawson was named class valedictorian. Custody Deputy Justin Albiker Davies was presented with the Santa Maria Elks Lodge Leadership Award, and Custody Deputy Andrew Reyes was presented with the Ron Battles Most Inspirational Award from the Deputy Sheriff's Association. Congratulations to each of our graduates on all of your hard work. We welcome you to an exciting new career with the Sheriff's Office. If you are interested in a career in law enforcement or know someone who is, please visit our website at sbsheriff.org to apply. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Sheriff's Roundup. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for supporting us as we serve and protect you.